Don't steal his thunder this time.
I won't.
Watch you.
Welcome to the Great Ner-D-Bate. I'm Chad. That's Chris.
Yeah.
And this is Jordan. He's going to be the little judgy guy here. Judging this little hair
The master
contest.
debater.
Minus 1 point.
He'll be the master.
Minus 1 point.
The master judge. Today's show is going to be who would get to the treasure first? Lara Croft or Nathan Drake?
Who do you want to go first, Jordan? 2 minutes?
Well, we should explain the rules first.
Sure,
Yeah,
go for
that'd
it.
be nice.
So the rules of the show is we're going to have our opening statement where we pretty much just give our synopsis on what we think our character's going to do, the main start. Then he'll have a couple questions for us, write down in his little pad.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to have a rebuttal against each other's arguments. Then he could also do his little, hey, what do you mean about this, that, and there?
Mm.
Then
So
we're
pretty
gonna-
much clarifications.
Yeah. Then he's going to have his closing statement. We will have the closing statement.
Yeah. You two will both say why you believe at the end, like final whatever, and then I will decide from there.
And then after that, he will choose the winner. And after that, you guys can choose the winner and let us know if Jordan's just wrong.
And you could stamp on Chad's broken dreams because he'll lose again.
I'm probably going to lose again.
No, you won't. There's a chance. There's a chance.
Not
I
with
could
him.
fuck up. You never know.
Chris.
He's going to be like, I hate Chad so much.
Chris, come on.
So,
Come on.
who do you want to have go first?
Do rock, paper, scissors for it.
Best of three.
This wasn't even planned.
All right, go.
Hey.
Chris won.
That just got sped
That
up
was
real
not
quick.
even planned.
So, I personally feel...
Wait, get my timer.
Just fucking keep an eye on the
No, I bought that for a reason.
You're a bitch. A minute and a half. That's
Give
all
me
we
it
need.
so that way I can keep a track.
You can't-
Oh
do a
my
minute.
god, the beep!
2 minutes.
You're killing me.
2
Sure.
minutes.
Jordan can hold on to the timer. So, fact of the matter is the bigger thing. I'm going to pull from all of Lara Croft's history, not just the new series. You're going up against, especially in the older series, someone who is more experienced, someone who's dealing with more of a wide range of things. So if you look at the first Lara Croft game, there was a whole lot of Lara Croft game, Tomb Raider game. There's a lot of more of the wild elements she's dealing with. Animals, fucking a mysterious T-Rex that came out of nowhere.
I hate it.
She's dealing with Midas's touch in the second game. There's a lot more of a puzzle aspect to all of the things she's trying to figure out to get to her goal. But there's also, not to spoil it for anybody who's it's a infinity-year-old game. There's always some big bad that you are trying to go up against instead of this massive conglomerate. And I feel like Lara has the wherewithal, the knowledge, the absoluteness, and all of her past experiences, especially going into the new games, that she has the ability to make it to the treasure first, whatever the treasure is. I know in the more recent games, it's been more a matter of some higher magic ability, like Wu-Tai or whatever it's called. But in the original game, it was like finding Atlantis. That's all I remember is finding Atlantis. But they were all, I don't know. She has a few more skills. I feel like she's more athletic, and it's a lot less based on luck rather than anything else. So after all is said and done, Lara, in my opinion, has a better chance than Nathan does. That's not me saying much, but, you know, Lara's just a better character. She has the chance to get there.
You still have 10 more seconds.
Oh. Nathan Drake sucks, but should be voiced by Nathan Fillion for shits and giggles, because the man's a legend.
You still
DM
have...
me. It's alright.
Okay. Alright, and your turn now.
I want to lose this so bad.
Well, Nathan Drake has an encyclopedic knowledge of history. He has found 5 civilizations. He found El Dorado. He found a bunch of stuff like that. And athleticism, he can jump 19 feet. It's proven in the game. It's actually proven. He has above average strength, as does Lara Croft.
Okay,
her
wait,
that.
I'm going to point out something. Above average strength, but you can jump 19 feet? That math doesn't add up. Can you clarify how he's able to jump 19 feet, but he's only got above average strength?
Above average. He's strong.
Yeah, no.
He can, move a boulder and stuff. He moves boulders, moves those big things.
Yes.
You're interrupting me. You're not supposed to interrupt.
I'm clarifying.
That's for after the fact.
Oh, okay.
But
I'll remember that.
he has single-handedly defeated armies by himself. Just using handguns on some occasions. Or picking up their weapons and doing all that. Most of the time, pretty much like 90% of the time, he finds it right before somebody else might be on his trail. Because everybody's following him. Because they're like, this is the guy we need to follow to find all this treasure. So... he might not be the sneakiest guy, but he always gets there first. And Lara Croft is going to be on his ass the whole time trying to find him. And he has his loyal companions. I can't remember their names. But he has the old guy and he has the girlfriend.
He has the old guy and the 2 women.
He's beaten zombie creatures. His ancestor is Sir Francis Drake. It's Sully and Elena. Ha, I wrote it down. He survived in the desert for 2 days off nothing. So his body is like, he can endure a lot. He falls off friggin' things. He fucking crashed like a train thing and climbed up it and everything. So you saying he doesn't have the athleticism as Lara Croft is stupid. Because I say he is more athletic and more stronger. More stronger. You like that English? And stronger.
It's Americanese, not English.
And he has a higher endurance than Lara Croft. I still have like 15 seconds.
You literally don't.
Me. You interrupted me.
Fine. You have 15 seconds, I'm counting.
So, not only is he self-taught on all this information and stuff, he knows history, he knows the way of the land, he's very good at reading the maps, he's fucking master at self-defense and armsmanship. He can get himself out of anything, and he's always the one that finds the treasure first.
You're done.
Mute your goddamn computer before I pour beer all over it.
It interrupted you, too.
Alright, so questions?
Okay, yeah. So back to my question. How can he jump 19 feet, but he's only above average for strength? That math doesn't add up.
If you watch, what's that show called?
I don't fucking know.
You're the one who's saying it.
Fucking one with the people, Death Battle.
I thought we weren't allowed to use Death Battle, Chad.
I never said that. I just said I hate them sometimes.
Oh, alright.
No, they actually like prove that the distance that he jumps is about 19 feet in the game, and he moves boulders, he can move all the heavy things, he can turn like the wicked heavy levers and everything to turn all the
That's
things
well
up.
above average strength.
Yeah, so he has well above average strength.
Okay, just to clarify.
I'm sorry I didn't say well in front of the above.
Oh, well, it's only the little things that matter.
I hate you. I'm gonna lose this thing at technicalities every week, aren't I?
I honestly feel like I'm gonna fucking lose no matter what for this one.
Anyways, though, while it is true that he goes and he's not stealthy, it is a fact that in the games they always seem to be there ahead of him at the end.
You're only saying that because I just said that before the game to throw you guys off. No, he always tends to be there before them, and then they show up after like the cutscene. And there are on some occasions that he gets there when the whole fucking army's already there. So they have like planes and everything. He's on his own finding all this, and they only know about it because of his
He's not
research.
on his own because you pointed out he has loyal companions.
He has like 2 people. Are you gonna pick on him at all?
He's next, but you're the easiest target for me.
No, pretty much he gets there before everybody else in the games, most of them. There's that like slight occasion that he gets thrown off just because people tracked his plans to go forward. Mm-hmm. So they're always looking at his plans, his knowledge of everything. Mm-hmm. And that's basically him getting like ripped off by people in the game and stuff.
Alright. So... oh my god.
What's up?
Alright. So my question to you is... Laura, you say that she's able to do all these things, and in the new older games she was doing it just by wit and everything else, and you alluded to abilities or magic or power, whatever, in the later half. Mm-hmm. What did you mean by that? Like,
in the original game, she was more interested in ancient civilizations, so the biggest one is Atlantis, where in the first game she was looking for the Scion? I forget how they pronounce it, but I think it's Scion, to gain access to Atlantis and find out whatever information. She's less interested in collecting these... Yeah, she's less interested in collecting relics. She's more interested in how the civilization worked. She's more of an archaeologist. Yes, she's a rich bitch, but she's really working by herself compared to having other people with her. Mm-hmm. So she wanted to find Atlantis to find out what happened to it, as well as to find out what happened to her dead father.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I really feel like we should have a little part where each of you can rebuttal, because since he went first, he was able to go...
Fucking hate.
Segue, though.
Oh, no, but seriously, he was able to go first, but then you were able to pick apart the things he said because you went second.
Yeah, so you can go now and rebuttal my thing.
Okay.
Everything I said is...
4 minutes or 5 minutes?
We'll do 4.
4.
Everything I said is written down here to make you feel any better.
I forgot to...
Yeah, I know.
Down 'cause I'm dumb.
That's part of the reason why I was like, he's really, really fucking prepared, and I still had him go first, so he doesn't even have anything to attack you.
I'm just like
at all. Like, he's only saying the good things because there's nothing he can pick apart at yours.
He said he didn't need notes.
Not necessarily. I'm just dumb. Get over it. It's fine. I'm real dumb.
All right.
Extra
you
dumb.
go.
Alright. So, you mentioned how Nathan has his loyal companions, fucking old guy and girlfriend. After everything's said and done, is said and done, Lara does manage to, in the older games, I will say that.
She's hot.
No, she performs more of the work herself. Yes, she had to use a Sherpa to get up to the frozen level in the first Tomb Raider game. But after that, she pretty much did everything by herself. She explored the entire area. She's explored most of ancient Egypt, and she's explored the Great Wall of China in Tomb Raider 2. Which, after everything is said and done, she mainly did by herself. She didn't have too much help, except for her old butler, who ran her estate while she was gone, who you could lock in a fridge. That's part of the game. Whereas with Nathan Drake, Lara really didn't have... She's not, like, super strong. She can't jump super high. She can probably hold her breath for longer than most people, but that's also because she's had the chance to train her body to do all of that. That might be. But after everything is pushed aside, I feel like there's way too much of a higher power that Drake gets. Just especially due to the fact of if you look at the way that the game developers have stated it, when the screen starts to go red, those are bullets missing Drake because of his luck. Whereas with Lara, she has a health bar in the original games. The new one's not so kind of. So she still takes damage and she still has to heal herself. Whereas Drake is like, I'm avoiding all these bullets, and then he gets hit by one because his luck runs out. Moving a boulder, it's not that hard. Like, if you have enough leverage, you can move a boulder. Well, I mean, look, you're not pushing a real boulder, so get over
Kratos.
And then, again, you have someone who's taken it upon themselves to go and try to find all of these ancient civilizations, follow in the legacy of her father's footsteps, and uncover what happened to him. Because after all is said and done, he is dead, and she is trying to discover what happened exactly to him across all of his journeys. Does it leave a lot to be desired? Yes. But Laura's never ran across people who are looking for that treasure before her. It happened in some of the games. I apologize because I'm dumb. Don't have notes. But she's mainly been looking for things on her own, not against people, but to find out to get an answer rather than to find this mystical object. I know after Atlantis, she was going up against some crazy organization, but mainly she's just doing it for her own fun and games, I guess you could say. How much time do I have left? A whole fucking minute. Jesus Christ. Didn't plan that out.
Let's just leave it as is because you did get enough time for your rebuttal.
Okay.
So, final statements. You can go first. You can go first. Why you believe.
Did you actually do 3 minutes, or?
He did 3 minutes.
You want to give me 3 minutes?
Yeah. Okay. So your rebuttal.
Alright. So a lot of this, you're talking about luck and everything. Mm-hmm. Why is that a bad thing? He has the luck, and obviously it's reflexes. He has the great reflexes to dodge all these people, to see the shots coming, to jump out, grab their guns, jump behind cover, and do all that. And you talk about how Laura's on her own. He's been on his own since he was a little kid. His brother got sent away, and you find out in the newest game that he reunites his brother. But he was on his own before he met Sully. He was probably like 16, like maybe 14 to 16. So he was living all his life on his own, doing all the stuff, surviving on his own, finding out how to fight and do all that stuff. Lara Croft did it in like a game. She's like, I'm on an abandoned ship. Oh no.
That's the new one, right?
And stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Even in the old one, that's kind of how it went.
I'll get to that.
Yeah. But so you can't really say that he couldn't do anything on his own. The benefit of having his companions is he has that quick escape. He has easy way to get to the places if he can. In a lot of the games, he is on his own during the games, and it's those like little what are they called? Ex Machina moments where Sully shows up with the plane and stuff. So you gotta admit, his luck drags him along, and his reflex is fucking falling out of like a train thing and jumping out of the plane and everything. He needs that quick precision to survive all the stuff he does. Just like Indiana Jones trying to dodge all those things. Nathan Drake, I will say, does it better. Because he knows all about the history. He knows the layout of the land better. He's not just going around guessing. He has his notebook. He has all the journal from Sir Francis Drake and everything, telling him how he can do all the stuff. He taught himself up all the knowledge and everything to be able to succeed and get the treasure. And I feel like that's why Nathan Drake would beat Lara Croft.
You still have 1 minute.
Like
Weird.
I said,
Woefully unprepared.
he's just a boss.
Alright, how about we make the final, why should, so you...
Do you have any questions?
I do not have any
Do
questions.
we need a final?
I mean,
No
we can
final
take-
statements?
I can take like a minute to like
Alright.
kind of give you what I got.
Okay.
After all is said and done with luck, and I know I've been relying on the old games a lot, but I'll utilize the new games to kind of push forward my idea. She got trapped on an island. She had to save her friends, and she had to push forward to succeed. You saw her get wounded, you saw her become harmed, you saw her struggle to get where she is and become who she is as a character. There's no luck behind it. There's no mysticism behind it. There's no ex machina moments. Yeah, it's all Lara learning to become who she's supposed to be, the Tomb Raider. And it's scary because after everything is said and done, she's managed to do it without too many people giving her a hand and creating those ex machina moments. She's done it of her own volition. She's blown up ships, fought armies, and saved her friends. So I think she has the skill set and wherewithal to do it all herself.
Alright.
All jokes aside, with the luck thing, like I said, he has trained his whole life to be able to do this stuff. And the luck thing is a lot you can put on his actual, driven ability to be able to do all this stuff. You can't, yes, it's a joke. They're just trying to be it's a video game, so obviously, they need a reason for him to, not take damage. But if you watch the game, the fucking finger strength in general, being able to do all that stuff, that is, fucking the alpha man right there, who is probably, one of the smartest people in the world, for history and all that stuff. And he has a pretty good head on his shoulders to know, what's going on in the games and know who to trust, who not to trust, and all that. So granted, you say the luck thing is, and the ex machina thing is a bad thing, but really, he puts himself in situations to be able to succeed. Where Lara is just a crotchety little bitch who just goes on her own and does all this stuff. Where Nathan is more of a guy that's alright, I'm gonna succeed in this. I know what to do. I did the research. I did all this. I can survive anything. He survived 2 days in the desert without water and everything. He survived in the winter that. Fuck, I don't remember what it was, but he survived however long he did in the game in the cold without anything. He has the highest endurance. He can do pretty much anything, and he's always one of the first ones there. People are always trying to copy him to find the treasure, so I feel like he'll be the first one there.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to put my 2 cents in before I go with my decision.
Give your verdict.
Yes. So my thing is that those things you said, he's able to survive for so and so amount of time, they are physically impossible. In reality, unless you have some kind of supernatural power or ability, or you literally are smiled upon by the gods themselves, you will not be able to survive. I've played the first game, so I know some of the situations, and I have heard of some of the things he's had to deal with. But
suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, that's the issue. Whereas with Lara Croft, there isn't nearly as much situations like that where You have to suspend belief in order to believe he would actually survive this and be able to have a fight against a group of enemies.
If you played the remake
Right
after that shipwreck and everything, then she's just capping people.
Yes,
Yeah,
but I'm
There's
talking
suspension of disbelief for both things.
Yes, but
really...
I'm talking of the elder game, like the older games, you know, the originals.
I have more to rely on.
Yes, it's a longer history, and not only that,
just a T-Rex.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's kind of bullshit. I'll give you that.
You can't.
You can't fight a T-Rex, but you can't fight undead zombie creatures either.
They weren't undead, actually.
What? You're gonna play semantics with me? Come on, that's still impossible. What they were? Are you gonna tell me it was possible?
It was drugs.
It
It's
was
a video
drugs.
game. You can't be super logical with video games.
Yes, but I'm just trying to point out. You're trying to say which one's better, but at the same time, you're trying to just gloss over the fact that a lot of, almost most of what he can do and does would be physically impossible for a regular human being. He's just, nervous, so he's scratching his computer. And now,
I'm just gonna get ripped apart next.
Now for you, what the hell, man? You literally came in half cocked. You look at it. Look at this shit. I'm sorry. Let me see. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
He has actual notes. He literally listed pluses and minuses for you in order to get this debate. Look, so that way you can see too. He actually wrote all the shit down he could use. That's why he was so much better prepared and had all his facts.
I got nothing.
What the hell?
But Chris is
She literally has so much history, so much to draw upon to get these facts. You could have filled 2 pages at least with her facts. If we weren't on camera, I would have smacked you with this. All right, you have literally butchered Lara Croft.
I'm not gonna deny that.
This should have been an easy win for her because of her history, because of the facts and everything else that has built up from her long-standing game. I'm very disappointed in you. All right.
Thanks, Dad.
I'm so. I'm
definitely the disappointed dad.
I'm disgusted by you. Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell you my verdict right now. All right. So originally, this is how the scoring would be, so that way you can see. Yeah. This is how the scoring would be.
He actually gave us a score.
She gave me a 0. You're an asshole.
Yes, and I did put in parentheses because
you gave me all negatives and all plus for him.
Well, that first one was from when we started. Remember, I did tell you -1 point, but. I was so disappointed in Chris. I have to hand it to him because he literally had all the facts. He disputed as much as he could from what little you said because you didn't even have any of the facts. You had so much you could have done. You've played almost all the games of Lara Croft Tomb Raider, right?
You throw that at me, I'll pour beer all over your fucking computer.
Come on now.
I agree with you.
Yes, it was a good match. You won. Don't let it get to your head. It's only because he was so unprepared. I just had to give it to you. Just so you guys know, if you look at this score that I put, if it wasn't for how unprepared Chris was, there is no way he would have won. I'm done.
I still think Nathan Drake could win.
Listen, in my opinion, Lara
in your
Croft,
honest opinion, who do you think he would win?
I don't know, because it's not up to me. It's up to you guys.
Let us know in the comments. Who do you think would win and find the treasure first? Nathan Drake
If it's for finding the treasure, I vote for Lara Croft because, as he was so terribly putting, she has a much wider and more depth experience. Even if she magically had it or she has money. Really? So you're going to tell me that every time she has an adventure, every time she goes and discovers something, she forgets that one thing and everything she learned?
So,
Nate's been doing it as a child.
Okay.
So,
whatever.
Let us know what's going on in the comments down below.
In you and Chris. I'm so disappointed.
Go head over to All for Gamers to check out their Nathan Drake versus Lara Croft debate. And, you can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter. Go, follow us on everything. We also use Facebook once in a while, but it's whatever. But I'm Chris.
Instagram. I'm Chad.
I'm Jordan.
Bye.
Fucking motherfucker.